It's now still evening, but good evening. This is a quick video to just talk about freedom, because it's very worrying to me that we're going to lose it if people don't even understand what it is. No better way to end freedom than to make sure people are ill-educated about it. And certainly there are enough countries like that who are so used to living under the heel of tyrants that they think that's the way it's supposed to be. And it's not. Freedom means that we decide on things that affect ourselves. And our most basic human right is the right to life. And from the right to life stems a whole lot of other consequences, including sovereignty over our bodies, our final decision as to whether or not we take a particular medicine, and the right to do so for any reason or no reason. That's our decision to make. The only purpose, legitimate purpose of government is to protect these rights. Why? Because they exist for us. We own them. They follow in a country under law, in a country respectful of human rights and freedoms. The government is there to represent us. They are not our bosses. And this nonsense that we're having now with COVID is pure theatre. These masks are symbols of obedience. The science tells us that something like 0.2% improvement in health outcomes from wearing a mask. I presume that's in terms of infection rates and so on. I don't know how the science was done, but apparently that's the figure they're talking about. And now with Omicron, which is hardly more serious in terms of mortality than the flu, we're asking 1,000 people to wear a mask so that we can stop 2 people from getting a cold. This is insane. If you don't want to get a cold, wear a bloody mask. It's your choice. But you don't get to force everybody else to wear a mask. Not unless there's actual science. And the idea that you can mandate people at the risk of losing their job to take an experimental, or even, there might even have been a case if there was, if it was a vaccine that actually worked, but these vaccines do not work. In fact, the dictionary definition of vaccines were changed because it doesn't protect you from infection or infecting others. This is a gross human rights violation, and I think it's unforgivable that our President Ramaphosa and a whole troop of little sheep behind him are actually in contempt of the Constitution. They should know perfectly well that our right to life means sovereignty over our body. They should be educated enough to know that healthcare is a science that happens between a doctor and a patient. As the great father of modern medicine, Hippocrates, said, the man who is not his own physician is a fool. Nothing could prove that more profoundly than this COVID fiasco. This is an outrage. And our Council for CCMA, our Council for Conciliation, Mediation, Arbitration, the CCMA, I cannot believe these morons. What the hell are they doing if they're not standing up for the worker? Are they being paid by the employer's attorneys? What's going on here? Is it like our healthcare industry, where no money is spent from the public purse to do any research? So you're depending on big pharma and big pharma-funded universities to do research. It's not going to happen. That's not the purpose of a business. A business is there for its shareholders. They're not there to do charity, doing research on ivermectin, so it's not going to happen. And the ones the research that does happen gets discredited because of a monopoly on the science by, a circle jerk of financial interests. It's not rocket science, it's not a conspiracy theory, this is what you can expect to happen. It's not a surprise that it's happened. It's obvious it will happen because the system is set up to make that happen. So wake up. I mean, to see Mr. Ramaphosa come on TV and start telling us, pontificating about how this is going to protect us and how we're going to carry on vaccinating. This is insanity. This is total insanity. There's no science behind this. Pfizer wanted to release the science over 55 years. This is a corporate skullduggery, that's what it is. And it's a disgrace and it must stop. That's all I have to say for now.